Ladies and gentlemen, we have a breaking news announcement here in Bachelor Nation. Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. And it looks like Colton Underwood is now engaged to Jordan C. Brown. They've been dating this past year. Of course, this announcement is shocking to everybody. And listen, we know Bachelor Nation and we know how quickly the show can move towards an engagement. We shouldn't be surprised here. Spending 9 months or 12 months in a relationship after the show is probably way more time to get engaged than whatever 3 or 4 week window the show provides. But we know this scenario is a little bit different, as Colton Underwood came out of the closet actually less than a year ago. Before that, was in a relationship with Cassie Randolph, who was his finalist on his season of The Bachelor. Of course, we know he jumped over France and Portugal and quit the show, ended up sticking with Cassie Randolph, and then after the show had aired during the pandemic, he actually received a temporary restraining order from Cassie as she accused him of stalking and harassing her. As we know, the evidence included fabricating text messages to say that he also was a victim of a different stalker. Come to find out, it was his own texting that did that, a tracking device under the trunk of a car. These things happened. It's important to announce that these things happen. We can be happy for somebody in the evolution that they've been a part of while also understanding where they come from in just a short amount of time. This all happened in the last year. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that because we're like I said, we're happy for him in whatever authenticity he has found. Now let's go to the Instagram stories. Jordan C. Brown says, just 37 minutes ago, the only time in my life I'm okay with wasting a bottle of champagne. I love you, babe. So there they are. And there they are, popping some champagne in the woods somewhere. Congratulations from people. People are shocked that this happened. And then Colton's post right here is they look pretty good together. He's an older guy. He was a political a contributor for Obama's campaign. I could be wrong with what, but he works in politics. Colton said, life is going to be fun with you. And then Lauren Zima, who's dating or engaged to Chris Harrison, said, congrats. And then let's see what some others. Wells Adams, you've come a long way since our chats at the bar. Well, we know that for sure. I'm so happy for your happiness. Jody Sweeten said, wonderful, my friend. Of course, we know Jody Sweeten is starred with Colton Underwood in their CBS show Beyond the Edge. So now, of course, people are obviously going to look at this with sort of a cynical eye because a lot's gone down this year. And of course, Colton has also found a way to sort of monetize his coming out. And I'm not here to judge anybody for how they come out of the closet or the process that is involved with all of that. But I will say, I think it's fair to say that there has been a large audience that have supported Cassie in this situation that said, well, he sort of commodified their tragedy that happened, which was 100% due to his, whatever issues he had at the time. So people have said, hey, you ran over her throughout all of this, and then you came out on top with your Netflix show. And a lot of people that were criticizing his coming out were from the LGBTQ plus community, saying person of color or a minority would have never had the same luxuries as this white cis male. Hey, these are the complicated conversations that people have had regarding this topic. I'll read a couple comments from the Reddit thread here on Colton being engaged. This relationship has moved so quickly. I know we all watch a show where couples are engaged within several weeks, but still. Wow, I do not have any words. That felt very fast. How long have they been together? I'm not sure, but it definitely feels like within the past year. Didn't he come out less than a year ago? Yeah, he came out less than a year ago. And hey, like I said, good for him. Good for them. I honestly don't know how to feel about this, but I hope he's been to therapy. He literally stalked Cassie not too long ago. Man, this Monday is really starting off strong. Well, good luck, Jordan, is what they say. Reminder that he literally put a tracking device on his ex's car and harassed her siblings. Hey, look, people want these reminders. They want this to be part of the price someone pays. And I know commenters will say, hey, didn't he pay the proper price? Shouldn't he be able to move on? And some people will argue maybe he didn't. People will argue in the public's eye maybe he didn't ever really discuss what truly went down. I know he talked about it in his docu-series, but of course it's like when you talk about something in a book you're selling. Well, you're commodifying it. You're making money off of the story. Cassie had asked that they kind of move on from this, but of course, part of his story in coming out is dealing with the toxicity around struggling with wanting to come out. Now, Likewise, Elizabeth Wagmeister, right, from Variety, interviewed Colton, in which he said that he was actually coerced into coming out through blackmail. A story of which I've received zero evidence that has been corroborated. But either way, it's been a wild year, guys. It's been a wild year for Colton's camp, to say the least. Someone said, good luck with that, bro. This is beyond too soon. But whatever, not my life. He's canceled to me anyway. Edit to add, he doesn't get a free pass for his stalking and gross behavior in his past relationships. Seems quick even by Bachelor franchise standards. Good luck to the fiance. Is this the same Colton who put a tracking device on his ex's car and pretended to be someone else and stalk himself? Colton the stalker? Colton the guy whose ex filed a restraining order against him? That's the same person, folks. And this is the price that, someone's going to pay, in the public eye for past issues. Not to mention the Bachelor audience is about 90+% women. They don't want to give a guy a pass. And I understand that. I can empathize with that. Not knowing what Cassie's going to feel when she's walking down an alley at night because of whatever trauma she's got from the situation and the trauma from everyone who watched it. These are complicated issues, right? So while we can say congrats and all that, and on his fan pages, it'll be all congrats for these types of videos where people are actually talking about how we feel in real time, I think it's important to save space for the people that are re-triggered by going, oh, good. Well, I'm glad he's found his happy life. And that's how people will feel. Some people say, I'm glad he's found his happy life. But what about the people that are recoiling from the trauma that got them to that situation, right? So grace for those out there. On the bright side, he at least won't ever be the first gay bachelor. That's what someone said. Well, yeah, he stalked his ex and tracked her. Okay, so a lot of the same comments from the same people there. And of course, we wouldn't, and look, I understand this. If you're like an influencer or celebrity and you're getting engaged, I understand selling the photos to people, having an exclusive story, you get an extra $50,000. That's exactly what happens. It's exactly what happened when he had his Netflix show come out. It's exactly what happened when he came out of the closet. And it's exactly what's happening here. They're not going to let a story go wasted. Every story, if they have a child or adopt, the gossip rags are going to get that information, and there's going to be a publicity campaign. That's what you get when you're a top tier clientele of these media companies, of these PR companies. Starting 2022 off with my best friend, teammate, and now fiance is something I never thought it was ever going to be possible. So we'll just read a couple of clips here. After my birthday, Jordan and I went to Big Sur for a weekend getaway to decompress and relax in nature. I couldn't have pictured a more beautiful place to celebrate an amazing milestone in my life and relationship. I'm extremely happy. 2021 was the most transformative year of my life. Starting 2022 off with my best friend, teammate, and now fiance is something I never thought was going to be possible. So they celebrated their news. Life is going to be fun with you. We shared that Instagram story. I wasn't really pursuing dating at first, but since then I found somebody and I am very much in love, he told people in December. I haven't really been following their story, on the day-to-day because, I kind of think it's like, all right, good. You made your Netflix documentary. You've explored. You're authentic. You're coming out. Like, good luck. I truly mean that. But this is interesting. This is news I wasn't expecting to get today. And let me know what you guys think. So we'll be back live 7 p.m. East Coast and 10 p.m. East Coast before and after tonight's episode of The Bachelor. It's hometowns, everybody. Looks like Colton and Jordan have already done the hometowns and the fantasy suite, and now they are going to walk down the aisle together. More info on that coming. Leave a comment, be respectful, and we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, everybody.